Okay. Let's see what the live stream is doing. I got my song on it here now. All right. All right, guys. All right, back on the charts again with my second day live streaming. Looking good, everything's working, it looks like. Motion capture camera. All right, so stream here. Now again, this is for educational purposes only. And the reason why it's for educational purposes only is I basically completely blew my account last night or yesterday, over the course of yesterday. I expected it to hit highs and pull back because we have had previous support and resistance, but as it broke through, that should have been an indication that the price might want to continue. It is in a bullish market, and one of my rules is not to go against a bullish market. In most cases, it's better odds that you're long term, that you're going to get higher probability of success if you're betting or trading with the market. So I kind of want to just totally redo all my drawings and everything. Take off everything. I'm going to start by, because the market is now open. But what I would typically do is, the strategy I've been following is marking out the first 15-minute candle of the New York Open of the futures market. And so you go to the 15-minute time frame and mark out the top and bottom from wick to wick of that range. Now you can see it's already outside that range, but what we're looking for is a retest. It's 9:32 now, so this is the New York Stock Exchange Open, which is the other criteria of trading, is do not place a trade until that New York Stock Exchange Open, because as you see, there's a lot of volatility once that opens, and it's kind of unpredictable up until then. So we want to wait for the volume. The other thing we want to do, because we basically are at a new high, a new all-time high, and Basically, this is an all-time high, and it's unpredictable. We don't have anything to go off besides the all-time high. Now, we have not taken out the Asian session or London session low. So we have that to look for. I just want to use red on the low side, green on the high side. And you can see there's a lot of movement in New York session. Most of the movement happens in the New York sessions, generally speaking. So that's what we that's why we're in the time that we're in, is Eastern Standard Time for the New York markets is the most volatile time. You can see up here in the volume, that's when the most of the movement happens. The other things I am looking for as my rule set are finding patterns in the market of where the price reacts in a similar way whenever we get there. So look for places of support and resistance. I'm going to go to the 2-hour time frame or the 4-hour time frame, and I want to find these areas of support and resistance. So obviously something like this, and I mark that out with these little bars here. And if you look, as price gets to that point, it reacts. Previously, it was a little bit of resistance, but it's mainly support. And we don't need to go too far back, but we kind of just want to get a feel for where there is levels of support and resistance. Here, as you can see, it's resistance, and then even kind of an area of support here. And really, that's it, because yesterday when I made the trade, I went against the market, which was the first stupid thing I did. And then I was looking at this to be, because since these were kind of equal highs, I expected price to react in a similar way, but it did not. It kept going up. It went through that little area of resistance and kept going. And so now we're here. I'm going to look on the 1 hour. We see the market's bullish. We have already hit a new all-time high. It's still bullish. And what we're looking for at this point is a break and retest. Now, it's hard to get an idea where the price might want to go, because there's no liquidity above, except it's all liquidity above, really, because it's at all-time highs. So there's not really much to play off of on the upside here. It's constantly making new all-time highs. It's also making fair value gaps, which is a sign of a trending market. Had I gone with the market yesterday, which I took a trade that it was going to come down after it made new all-time highs here, we are already 31 points. So that's how I blew my $110 that I had in the account. And it was just stupidity. So that's one thing that in trading I'm learning, because this is for educational purposes only. One thing I'm learning is you have to really control your emotions. You can't get a little bit like excited about, oh, I'm gonna make a ton of money here. You have to be like a surgeon. You have to be mechanical. You have to have a strict set of rules, and you have to follow them. I don't know. I don't really have a narrative that I'm trying to build at this point, other than there should be a pullback at some point, you would think. If we look back at the 2 hour here, the other thing I want to look for is a change in trend of the market. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. It's been trending upward for a few days now. So really, if that tells you anything, we had like a reversal here from a trend change at this point, and that would have happened if we go to a 4 hour. The 4 hour, that changed here. We're trending down. Basically, here it started trending upwards. And then it switched to trending down. You could see these changes in state of direction marked out here. So currently I guess, would that have been considered just break of structure, I believe, not really a change in state of direction. It was in a minor downtrend. So it did start to trend down, which is what I was basically planning on, but then it pulled back up again. So on the 1 hour, bullish, bearish. So that's what I really wasn't paying attention to in the morning. Actually, if I was really monitoring the charts and not just trading from the hip, then I would have probably acknowledged that. But looking on my phone, I didn't really see that that was a change in state of direction. And then it pulled back, and then we broke a new high. So let's see, is that the same in the 2 hour? I'm going to change the state of direction here. High, low. We broke that high. So basically, we're in an uptrend at the moment. There's no real levels to play off, but it is making fair value gaps. Fair value gaps are the space between candle wicks on the opposing side of any given long candlestick. So fair value gap just means there's either bearish or bullish direction happening. That's an indicator. Just looks for fair value gap indicator here. If price were to come down past this marker, then it would basically, let's see here. If it came back below here, this is a new low. This is the 4 hour, okay. Basically, if it broke this, then we're changing their state of direction. And then we would be in a bearish market. Welcome to the chat. Let me know if everything sounds okay. This is for educational purposes only stream. I'm learning how to day trade. So let me know in the chat if everything looks and sounds good. I'm paper trading with TradingView, this app that a lot of day traders use for charting and such. So just looking at the charts, seeing if there's a good entry here. And I'm just trying to use this as a journal for myself. Seeing if there's a good entry here. And I'm just trying to use this as a journal for myself. So I'm not loving it. I'm not loving what's happening right now. There's no real clear indication on what to do other than it could be a pullback and continue upwards to make new highs, or we could go somewhere else. I'm going to check Discord here. See what the gang over at the RP Profits Profit Insider Discord is saying. Game plan today from RP. Good morning. Let's see. Here's what I'm looking for. The first thing I'll be looking for is that there's actually making all-time highs. This means we don't have any levels to use as targets, making it hard for us to take trades near all-time highs. There are 0 levels for us to use as targets to the upside, because as I type this price is reaching its highest point it's ever been, I will be looking for a break and retest of today's New York Open to the upside. But if I take it, I will take it with lighter size. I will also be watching for a close below Asia low for some shorts on our way down to yesterday's New York low. The only other setup I could see playing out is just simply taking some longs off pullbacks, assuming we are going to make a nice move up. So there you have it. It is moving up. We could take a short off a pullback. A lot of good stuff I think is happening in the economy, so that's probably a good indication price is going to keep going up. As you see a lot of green here, that is really a sign of a strong bullish market. It is just moving up, isn't it? So we're waiting on a pullback. So we've already moved quite a bit. From the New York Open. Let me see a little reaction in this zone. Good guy, good guy. Okay, we get a little bit of downward motion here. Is that good enough for a pullback? You know, there is no strong wick up to show a sign of like a reversal or something. So I think I'm going to buy the market here. What the heck? Doesn't seem like I could place An order here. 1 unit. Risk. Oh. We have to make this positive. I'm going to go ahead and place a buy. I've placed a buy order here. Price is kind of pulling back a little bit, but it's now kind of making an uptrend. So I don't see a strong wick to the upside here. So we'll see what it wants to do. I think this might be a pullback and it's going to continue upwards. I've got to find a good place for my stop loss. You know, stop loss could be under a point where you know it's a reversal. So if it goes beyond this point, it's a clear trend change. As far as the upside, it's hard to say because you don't know where the market's going to go. We've already had a lot of movement to the upside already. So at some point, the trend might want to change. Typically, when you see a large trend change, then you'll probably see a large liquidity sweep in the reversal. For instance, let's go back a bit. Let's go back a bit. So like here, actually do have a strong wick. This is for educational purposes, by the way. I'm learning how to day trade. As you see here, I'm not very successful. I'm about to hit my stop loss here on this trade. We could be looking for a break and retest still once it taps this New York New York session open level. My unrealized profit and loss right now is negative $25. Now this is probably where I should have put an order in. We've not broken structure. I'm going to add to this. No, I didn't add to it. On a market buy. Send order. I'm still getting the hang of this trading view application. But generally how it works, if you don't know what you're doing, you place an order at a certain price. There's a few ways to place an order. You could do a market, which it'll fill it whenever the market gets to it, or a limit, which is more accurate. And if you put a limit order, then the market will fill it, or it's less of a guarantee that it'll fill it, because if price is moving very fast, then it might not fill it. And then there's the stop order, which is kind of like a limit order, but it's buying the market. So it's less accurate, but you can kind of pre-plan your trade that way. As you see here, this was maybe a good trade here. So placed a trade on this pullback here. We're going to see if this is a reversal or an actual pullback. It's hard to tell because price has already met all-time highs, as you see here. Price has been making all-time highs this morning. We don't know if we're changing the trend yet. I'm going to look on higher time frames. So this could be just a pullback, and we could continue making new all-time highs, but it's really hard to tell because there's nothing to really gauge where price wants to go at this point. The real strategy I'm looking for is the break and retest. So we marked out this first 15-minute candle of the New York Open of the futures market. We're trading ES micros, which it's based on the S&P 500. And the strategy really is break and retest or pullbacks. The retest is a pullback. So if price went out, broke out of the range, came back and retested, you enter on the retest, the pullback of this range, take it for 15-20 points, which if it would have retested this morning, then we would have been looking to probably already get out of this trade by now, but it did not retest. So it is in a bullish market. This is a pullback. We've entered on the pullback. We don't know yet at this point if price wants to continue making new all-time highs or if it's going to start the trend reversal. I had been trading last night on my phone, which it was stupidly traded, but when it made the all-time highs yesterday, I was trading because there was a point of if you look back in the market, I was expecting it to react off this level. So this was like a level that is a level of resistance. And I just kind of winged it, which I shouldn't have done, and I went against the market, which we already see that was clear bullish trend, and I was expecting it to reverse at this point because of this point of resistance. But one of my rules has been don't go against the market, because it's probably not, the odds are not in your favor at that point. So I was unsuccessful. I had $120 in my account, and now it's negative $6 as of today. Looks like we might get a retest here. I want to keep an eye. We got basically a 15-minute liquidity sweep candle here. Place a stop loss there. Take profit up here somewhere maybe. I want a 4-to-1 or a 3-to-1 ratio to be consistent. So if I'm looking for 20 points, go there somewhere, and then if I'm looking to put my stop loss, looking to put around 3. This may be a total trend reversal, but it is a bullish market. So we want to go with the market at this point until we see a reversal. And to actually see a reversal, we're going to need to see price, let's say the 2-hour, we're going to want to see price come down below this low here. If price goes below that low, then we have a change in state of character at that point. Music a little bit, but because my talking isn't better, it's just I'm sure. So I got the dB level at -35. So second time streaming now, so I just started streaming, seeing how it's going. Looks like I had a few people in the stream periodically. Alright, so we're just tracking and going again. Go. Okay. Alright, so we're still, I guess, in either a pullback or a reversal. It kind of looks like a reversal, to be honest with you now. So I don't know if I'm liking this, but I have my stop loss basically at a point of where it would be a reversal. And I'm still learning here. So anybody who might be watching this, this is not trading advice. I'm just learning how to trade. I'm trying to kind of journal my mistakes and kind of prune my errors, get rid of the bad stuff, keep the good stuff. And see, so right now I want to bet that the market is going to be bullish. It's in a bullish trend. However, we're at all-time highs indicated by this wick here, and it's ripe for a trend reversal. And I was trading that it would reverse last night, and it didn't. It kept going, and right now I'm basically was trading that it was a pullback, but it is kind of looking like a reversal at this point. It's probably going to hit my stop loss here, and I'll be in the red at this point. But I'm still kind of trading that it's going to be a bullish market until something changes. I will need to see basically on a 2 or a 4 hour chart that if price goes below this, then it's a reversal. It's then in bearish because it's going to break below this low. We want to be a bullish. We want higher highs and higher lows. So right here, it's I have to let that ring. So I'm trying to use higher time frames because they're a little bit more rigid. What's the word I'm looking for? They're a little bit more accurate as far as which way the trend is going. Once you get down to lower time frames, the trend is reversing all the time, so it's not very accurate. But the other move I'm going to try to make is if it touches into this region here. This is the first 15-minute candle of the New York futures market open. We don't start placing any trades until the 9:30 stock exchange open here at this line. And if it doesn't pull all the way back, then we might have a successful trade. But if it does, I'm going to do the retest of this market open range. It's right there. It wants to. It probably will. That does seem to be how it works. As soon as you put your stop loss, it goes straight towards your stop loss. So actually yesterday I tried doing something. Well, you put your stop loss where you put your entry where you think your stop loss should be. Oh, sorry guys, I had my coffee. I got up late this morning. I don't know if the sound sounds better with this wireless or the microphone camera. I mean, you would think that the wireless would sound better, but there's something about the microphone inside the Pocket 3 that sounded kind of better. But anyways, got the music, got the little design setup. I used Midjourney to create my little streaming template, I guess. the graphics and everything. All right, let's see. Are we at the bottom end of that pullback here? And are we going to get some nice movement after this? We'll see. Price has been climbing though a while. That's the only thing. That seems like it might range around here now if it doesn't just completely reverse. Kind of ranged here all night. I put my trade in last night around here. And it was in the black for moments, but as you see, price kept going up. And I should not have been in that trade because really what I was expecting was a rejection off of this price here, and it tried to, but then it broke through. It looks like basically 2:30 a.m. So I tried trading through the night. I guess that's a lesson to learn. Don't trade through the night unless I'm basically more experienced. We will see. Looks like we're still moving down, but you can see this wick is higher than that wick, so it could be we're now making a move back up. This could be just a pullback, and then we can make new all-time highs. Now, will it break that big old wick there and then go higher? I don't know. I have my target as a 3-to-1, and I got 20 points as my target. We kind of we're still basically bullish. No indications of it flipping at this point. It's just really unknown. All right, we're going to start to move back into the black here. Looks like there's a big delay on the stream today for some reason. All right, so we're kind of making our way back up. Kind of got like a bottom side doji candle. I tried following trades by Matt, which he really seems to know his stuff, and he's obviously very successful. But to like copy trade with him, I had not been successful, even though he's got like a really cool technology platform that he works from. Oh, but I've been following him. Rocket Scooter trading with Matt. He's a good one that does live streaming. RP Profits is the main guy. I'm kind of following in the Discord. There's a nice community in the Discord. What's it called? Profit Insider Discord. So check him out. That's basically where I've learned my strategies. The other thing I've been watching lately is the Trades by Sai ICC strategy. And he's the one that has these points of support resistance. He likes working from higher time frames and does intraday trading, which is successful for him. I mean, he's making millions of dollars, so it's kind of inspiring to try to learn this stuff if you got the time, if you got the flexibility. It's a low bar of entry but a high bar of success. So I figured I'd put the time in. I got time in the mornings while I'm setting up for my business, and I thought I'd just show up, put the time in, see what I can learn. Get to know the charts. Because the charts are what I'm realizing. It's like an organic live entity. There's real people moving these markets, and a lot of big fish. It's like being a sucker fish on a big shark or whale or something. You're moving with the big fish, and trying to get as many scraps as you can. But that the money in the big markets it's billions and trillions of dollars, so they're moving a lot of money, and you trying to want to collect off those moves as best as you can. I gotta tell you, I'm sleepy. My wife got up early this morning to go to work, and I'm just kind of sleepy. I hadn't had my coffee because I wanted to rush to get into the charts when the market opened. She made sure I had a shirt on today. So I did. I took a shower. You could trade on your phone, and I've been doing that, but it's not, I don't think you can't, for me it's hard to get a good picture of what the charts are doing. So it is really important, I think, to be on a computer to kind of plan your strategy out. And because you need to be able to visualize everything. You need to see the big picture. Looks like I'm going to get stopped out here. Right on the edge of getting stopped out. I'm really staying light. There it is. I got stopped out. Okay, so we're going to come down. We're going to try to do a retest off of this open here. We're going to put my stop loss just below. Take profit's going to be somewhere up here. And we're going to see here. So we're just looking for 3-to-1 or 4-to-1. So 3-to-1 is going to be 10 points here. 4-to-1. We can see a 4-to-1. It'll be about 14 points here. But let's try to get 15 points here. So we're hoping to see price touch, take that order, and then move back up. But I've not necessarily been successful yet. It's not as good as RP Profits is with this strategy, because I'm just basically trying to take the order. I'm take every retest I can just to get in the habit of retesting, and then I could fine tune my approach to it. So as you see, we got our buy limit order here. We'll see if it's going to make its way down and touch it. It's kind of already starting to reject off of this level, but we're going to be patient. We're going to wait for that touch. It has made a change in state of direction here, which means it went below this low, previous low. So it is technically moving the opposite direction in the 15-minute time frame, but in the 1 hour, these larger time frames, it has not. It'd have to make it all the way down to here to change the direction. Okay, so now we're in the trade. We'll see if it continues to move to the downside, or it's going to reject off of here and move back up. We're in profit now. If I had been patient, this is what I would technically be looking for. You got to really make a set of rules and stick to them. Price is still moving down. I'm learning. Before, I would kind of FOMO and revenge trade, and I would be adding to my size because I just know it's going to turn around. But you got to really keep your emotions in check. Have a really strict set of guidelines that are going to have high probability for success, and then stay with that. So as you see now, we're making our way back up. I would say it's going to make it to our stop loss here, hopefully, or our take profit rather. And this is for educational purposes only. This is my trading journal. I'm new to trading. I'm a couple months in. I've already blown through prop firm accounts. You know, the Apex accounts are like 29 bucks. I think I've been through 18 of them. I've passed 2 of them, but then blow those accounts because of the trailing stop loss. It's tough. So they're very challenging to be successful in. So I've tried that. I've tried the Tradeify paid funded accounts, which the Tradeify accounts are nicer because there's less rules. There's no evaluation process. They just put you straight in, and you start trading right away. In 7 days, you could be profitable. I blew that account. There's only $1,000 drawdown in that account. So I decided to go back to a paper trading account on TradingView here, and just be a student of the game a little bit. And let me know in the chat how things are sounding, what you think. If what you're listening to this stream for, what is it you're looking to learn or get into? You're just curious. But for me, this is a trading journal to learn how to make money in the markets. I've gotten into this just a couple months ago. It kept popping up in my feed, the RP Profits reels and stuff about making $4,000 in a day and stuff. So it's really incredible the money you can make. As I'm almost getting stopped out again. Let's see which we might be looking to do a trade to the downside. We're going to try the break and retest to the downside if we see an opportunity. But Okay. So we're still not out of this trade yet. But we're trending downward still. Alright. We took that trade right on the top of this market. A range here. So if you're new to trading, we're doing a break and retest strategy, which is to mark out the first 15-minute candle of the New York market open for futures, and then wait until this line at 9:30 for the stock exchange to open, where you see all the volume start to happen. So for the break and retest strategy, it was already above this range. We waited to retest here. I entered on the retest. Almost got stopped out, still may, but the idea is we're going to trend back off this pullback and to our take profit range here. It is a little more than a 4-to-1. We may not make all-time highs again today, but we're right up there, so I think 15 points is reasonable. Our stop loss is down here just below this region, where you could see it almost got stopped out by this candle here. If it would have came down another couple ticks, then that would have been the end of the trade. It still could. It's still trending this direction. So we will see. Let me know in the chat what you're here for. What are you tuning in for? Are you interested in trading stocks? Are you bored? Is it voyeurism? Let me know what you're here for. So it looks like price is coming down again. Might be hitting that stop loss this time. Okay, it hit the stop loss. Now we went to these New York or London session lows here, and we're making a strong push. We're going to see if this is a strong move down here. Now that we've taken out these lows, we're going to see where price might want to go. So we could do the break and retest to the downside here. It could be pulling up to go back up. Could chop around. Chopping is where it just kind of has no clear direction. It's just kind of ranging around sideways. It's hard to tell direction. But we're now in the bottom end of our range here. We have strong movement to the downside now. The volume is showing a lot of downside movement. Let's look at the 1 minute. Okay. We've kind of got a break and retest on the 1 minute. We can look to make a sell order now. Right below here. And maybe even here. Take profit. I don't know why this does that, but let's go ahead and put that order in. Okay, so now we're in. Oh, this is a limit order. And we want price to touch this range again. I really meant to put in a market order. So we'll see if price comes down and touches that. It looks like it might. Okay, now we're in the order. Oh, didn't hit it yet. Okay, now we're in the sell order. So now we're expecting price to go down. I would not be surprised if it just went up and tagged the stop loss again. It seems to be what has been happening with me. So But this is the strategy, so I'm trying to hone in on this strategy as I learn. This is the break and retest. Now we're doing a break and retest to the downside. In the 5 minutes, not a strong candle downwards. You see this wick, so it's kind of not showing to be a strong downward candle. We want it to see a short wick to the downside, meaning it's not pulling back from that wick, and then a touch. So this may have been a bad entry, but we're gonna see. You see price now moving. If you're new to trading, there's different time frames. Every candle here is a 1 minute candle. So when the candle forms, if it's in a, for me, if it's a bearish candle, it's purple. If it's a bullish candle, it's yellow, so meaning bullish going up, bearish going down. So you can see the candle started at the bottom end here, and it is now here, but in the middle of this movement, it went all the way down here and then all the way up here. So the wick is the kind of range overall, and then the wick is the start and ending of the movement of that candle. This is the 1 minute candle. As you see, every 60 seconds a new candle forms. This is a 5 minute. So we're still showing pretty clear bearish movement with a little pullback up here. Might have another little pullback here. 15 minute, you could see it's just clear downward motion with some long wicks here now at the bottom. So it's kind of ranging around this area now, a little bit zigzagging around. We set our stop loss right outside this range. It's not a very big range. I mean, we're only talking about 3 or 4 points. But what we want to look to do today, we're in this order here. Yeah, it's only 3.5 points. So to make a 3, to make a 3-to-1 move, we want to risk 1 to 3 ratio. So we risk $17.50, but if we successfully trade this, it's $53. We're basically using the ES Micros, which is based on the S&P 500 markets. All those stocks, the way they perform, it affects the way this. Okay, now we're gonna. Looks like we're gonna stop out this. Take a stop loss here. We're steadily getting in the hole, as you can see. But if this was real money, I'm kind of treating this paper account as if it were my own money. So I want to treat it like responsibly, and I don't want to. If I lose, I only want to stay around 1% of the pot, which is 5,000. So that means I only want to trade $50 per trade. So that means with this, we're only at 17.50 loss here. So if we win big. If we lose small, and we want to stay consistent with that. But ideally, you don't want to risk more than 5% or 1% of your capital, which this is a 5,000K account, and so that's $50 maximum at this point, because if you lose all your money in one shot, you can't trade again, obviously. So let me know in the chat where you're coming from. I want to see that the chat works. Actually, I wanted to put the chat here on the side of the stream, but there's no one chatting. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this in my OBS stream. Let's see, how do I add that? capture text, chat. How do I add the chat? Text free type 2. Text GDI plus. I don't know what any of that means yet. Alright, back to the charts. We're still in this one. We almost stopped our stop loss out there. We found a little bit of resistance there because sellers step in that region. There's stop losses getting hit. So we're kind of pulling back again. Put the chat trading purpose. This is not financial. Just learning. All right, so now we're in the black at this point. We've had a change in state of direction, so that's a good sign. We have plenty of fair value gaps forming on the way down, so that's a good sign. This got retested but respected. That's a good sign. We're moving down. There is this little area of potential resistance here. There's a fair value gap that got disrespected, it looks like. Price continued to go up anyways. So I would expect a little bit of resistance here, but if we're in a clear downtrend, we might expect it to keep going. All right, so now we are back in the black. If this is my wife in the stream, please let me know. Okay, so there is like a little bit of equal highs here, so I might mark that out just for fun. But let me make sure. Yeah, so we do have some kind of equal highs here, so I'm going to mark this out just for the hell of it. So we got this little zone of potential support and resistance. Just to FYI. Okay, we're now back in the black, or in the red rather. You can see we're still kind of making a little bit of this is a trend reversal at this point. So we have broken, like if we go to the 1 hour times, the 1 hour time frame, you could see that price came from down here, low, high, has now made a new low. So it broke the low of this low here. So it is now technically in a bearish direction. Here it switched to a bullish direction. Once it crossed this area here, it crossed that high in these higher time frames. So now we expect it to be in a bullish. Okay, we got stopped out. We see that. Still pulling back, but now that it is in a bearish trend, we expect it to move bearish. The 1 minute time frame changes direction all the time, so that's why you kind of got to use a higher time frame. Now, we could potentially, if we have a strong push to the upside, we could potentially try to make, I'm not looking for a break and retest at this point to the upside, because it's in a bearish trend now. That's one of my rules I'm trying to follow by, and it seems to be a good rule to follow. The music playing, by the way, is a song I produced. It's called Boy. It's streaming on Spotify under Diamond Dave. You'll see some other tracks I released. Just released a remix by Kill Paris of my song Range Lovers. Nice remix. Does anybody know Kill Paris out there? Just Kill Paris in the stream. Alright, so we're going to try to do another break and retest. We're kind of moving in the right direction now. We're going to move our stop loss below this area here. We still want to get our risk reward proper. So we want at least a 3-to-1. 3-to-1 would be 15 points. I don't want to get too greedy. That would be $75. We could see some action, this might give us a little bit of a bump in the road, but this is another low that we're looking for. So that's our London low, and then we have our Asian low below that. So these are two basic targets that we want to shoot for. Actually, if we took down to there, maybe a little bit past, and they give us 20 points. That would be a nice 20 points would be 4-to-1 at this point. I think that's reasonable because we have these targets down here. Might get a little resistance there. But price seems to be moving in the right direction at this point. Strong push there. Let's see what the chat over at the Profit Insiders yapping on about. We more money than ever before. Yeah, it's hard to stick to your rules. It is exciting. You get carried away with the idea of making money. So trading is very hard. I've learned that. I thought it would be easy peasy, but it is quite difficult. What the difficult part about it is managing your emotions and being disciplined. Sticking to your game plan. Still moving down. No fair value gaps yet, so no clear direction from this little pullback. I'd like to see a fair value gap get made. I would love it if it didn't hit my stop loss right now. The other thing I've had trouble with is when I am in the black that I tend to want to pull out and take the profit too early, where a lot of times if you get these good trends going, you just let it run. This is the start of a new trend. I think we're going to expect what they might call a correction and then a continuation. So the ICC model is correction. So we've had our changing direction here, that is the indication. We're going to have the correction and then maybe continuation. We're going to take profit here. By the way, I was up 120 yesterday and then I lost it overnight because I kept trading against the market. So that is one thing I need to make part of my rules is don't trade overnight at this point. Just focus on the exchange open and the market open, and then try to hold on. So this could technically, if we look, the market just might want to fall here. It just might. I mean, it came up a lot. It could get to a point of support here. Find a level here. So we see this level here. If we go to a higher time frame. So we have these equal highs here that we might want to mark out. Okay, what time is it? Not quite time yet. Let's see. Alright, I think I gotta end this stream here. I'm up in this trade so far, so that's good. I'll check in later, and hope you guys got a little bit out of this. I'm trying to share my stream of consciousness and what I've been learning, and take it from there. So cheers till next time.